What's cracking, everyone? This is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs, and if you're new to the channel, we start off a lot of our episodes with a toast, and today I wanted to toast to everybody in the Mechwarrior and Battletech community, especially you guys on YouTube and Twitch. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys and geeking out, so cheers to you guys. And before we begin, I just wanted to say that what we're about to do next might be a little daunting for a lot of people, especially if you're not very computer or software literate such as myself, but that's exactly why I'm making this video. And I'd encourage you, even though it might look a little scary, I'd encourage you to try it anyways. It's always good to learn new things. So without further ado, let's get started. Cheers again, everyone. So before we begin, I actually have to give credit where credit is due. The system where you actually edit your save files for more CBills, this isn't something that I created, nor is it something that I figured out on my own. There's another video created by another Mechwarrior pilot by the name of SaltyPugLord. Link to his original video will be down in the description below. I asked him if I could basically make the same type of video, and he said yes. He's a really very cool dude, so definitely check out his channel. Support your other Mechwarrior fans and Battletech fans as well. So cheers to you, Puglord. I really do appreciate it, man. So then, if there's already a video out there, why remake another one? Well, SaltyPugLord is somebody who is very computer literate. When he made his video, I think he unintentionally assumed that a lot of people watching it would know some of the stuff that he does, and so I figured, you know what, let's make another video, but this time let me hold your hand and go through every single detailed step, every single keystroke, so that you are able to mod and enjoy Mechwarrior 5 in your terms, and hopefully not get lost in the process as well. So this is a video for everybody, but especially to those who aren't very confident when it comes to their computer skills. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do, so as you can see, I'm up here on the balcony. The first thing that you want to do is go ahead and stand on this square plate right here. And this won't work, but this won't work if you look at the plants for too long. You have to look at the plants for 33 seconds. Anything above 33 and the mod will not work. Anything below 33, it definitely won't work. So we'll go ahead and stand here very still. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We don't have to look at the plant. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't help myself. Please don't yell at me. So the first thing you want to do is, if you have a pen and paper ready, let me go ahead and show you what we've got. So I'm gonna hit tab here, and as you could see, I just started this game. I'm probably about an hour into this game, new profile and everything. The only two mechs I have is the Javelin and the Centurion. Nothing in my cold storage. I can't even access my star map because that's how new this save file is. There's some contracts. I can't access the market, barracks, or operations, but you'll notice up here at the top right hand corner, I already have 900 million credits, you know, which is all like pretty much impossible to do in an hour into the game. So the technique that I'm about to show you does work, and yeah, so this is proof of it here. So what we're first going to do is, I don't know how much CBills that you have in your saved game right now, but go ahead and write the exact amount that you have. So for me, again, I'm going to write 902,300,366. Okay. So that's the amount of CBills that I have. And we're going to go ahead and exit that out. Right. So go ahead and we're going to manually save this. I'm going to go ahead, click save, and then click on new. But before I click on the save button here, I'm going to take a note of the time, and it's going to be 3:40 p.m. here on my time, like so, and then I'm going to click save. That timestamp will help a little bit when it comes to actually modding your save file, as you'll see here in a moment. So again, we saved it. I'm going to go back, and we're going to go ahead and exit the game. So first things first, we have to back up our saved copies here. just in case if something goes wrong, at least you have something to fall back on, right? So again, go ahead and click on your File Explorer icon to get this window up here, right? So my local disk, my main disk is the C drive. I don't know what yours is. It might be different, but it might be C too. So go ahead and click on C, right? And before we go on, there might be instances where I actually go into a folder and you don't have it. That's because that file is hidden. If that's the case, I want you to go ahead and click on View up here at the top. All the way here to the right, you're going to have options. Go ahead and click on the little button below it with the caret that sticks down, and it's going to drop down a pop-down menu. And it says right here, Change Folder and Search Options. Go ahead and click on that. You're going to get this little icon here, right? File Options. Go ahead and click on View, the middle tab. And right here, you need to make sure that Show Hidden Files, Folders, and Drives, that this little dot next to it on the left is clicked on. If it's not, go ahead and click on it and hit Apply. That is the reason why you're not able to see some of the file or folders that I have. So go ahead and do that if you haven't done so, right? So yeah, go ahead and going back to our C drive, what we're going to do is go ahead and click on Users right here. Double click on that. So the profile that I'm under with this computer is SUNGK. Your name is going to be different. It could be Bob1234, Stacy 64661. I don't know what it is. So whatever your profile is, go ahead and double click on your profile here. And I believe this is where you might run into some problems when it comes to the hidden folders. Again, my folder has the app data. I believe this folder might be hidden from you. And so if you don't have an app data, if you don't see an app data folder under your profile, go ahead and do the strategy that I just showed you about showing your hidden folders, right? So go ahead and click on app data, and then you're going to double click on local, right? So you're going to have a lot of folders here. It might be a little tough to find it. We're going to look for your Mechwarrior folder. So go ahead and click once on any folder and press the M key. And by doing so, it's going to cycle through all the folders that begin with M if you didn't know so already, right? So we have our MW5 Mercs folder here. Go ahead and double click on that. And then you're going to have your saved folder here. Let me go ahead and change the view to large icons right here, right? So this is where all your profiles are. This is where all your saved files are. And we're going to go ahead and right click on it and click on copy. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste it here on the desktop. Oops. There we go. Right here. So saved, right? We have, so we made a duplicate. So if something goes wrong in here, then we have another folder to back up on just in case. So go ahead and exit that out. So two things that we're going to need from the internet. One, if you don't have programs such as WinZip or WinRAR, those are two programs that's going to allow you to unpack the compressed files that we need for the next program. So download the official WinZip here for free. If you don't want to use WinZip, go ahead and try, right here, WinRAR. So I personally use WinRAR myself. You don't have to. You could use WinZip yourself. So go ahead and download either of those programs if you don't have so already. And the next thing that we need is a text editor, I believe it's called. So what we need next is actually a hex editor, not a text editor. My apologies. So we're going to go ahead and type in hex editor like so. So after you type in hex editor and you search for it, the one I'm going to use is HDX right over here. A freeware hex editor and disk editor HM-Nexus right here. And this is the same program that SaltyPugLord also uses as well. If you're worried about malware or viruses or anything like that, I mean, I haven't noticed anything, and I don't think he did either. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's going to be a save file again. And so what you're going to do is go down here, scroll all the way to the bottom, and download the version that you need for your particular operating system. For me, I'm using Windows 10, so I'm going to go ahead and use this version here at the top. But yeah, if you're using anything below that, there's another download file there. And you're going to come to this one with all the flags. Go ahead and click on the English one. I'm assuming, you know, you're here because you speak English. Otherwise, I don't know how you'd be understanding anything of what I'm saying. So anyways, so yeah, down here at the bottom, as you could see, we downloaded the compressed file. Go ahead and click on that and go to open. It's going to say buy, you want to buy, no, just go ahead and exit out of that. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and double click on this executable like so. If you have Norton, click yes. English, okay. Welcome, click on next. I accept the agreement, hit next. Again, not going to make any changes, that looks good, hit next. Again, no changes, that looks good, hit next again. So this is optional. You could make a desktop icon or a quick launch shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and deselect that one on the bottom, so none of them are checked in. But if you want them both, that's totally fine too. It's not going to really affect the process that we're about to do. So go ahead and click next, regardless of what you do. Hit install. So we don't need this software as of yet. We're going to need it pretty soon, but not now. So go ahead and deselect both of them. We don't need any of them, and hit finish. So that's done. You have your hex editor there. Go ahead and exit out of that, and go ahead and exit out of your windows there. So I hope you guys are following along with me. Again, I'm really holding your hand here, and if you have any questions so far, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below so that I could help you guys out. So the reason why we downloaded that, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but that program that we just downloaded is a software that's able to read, I guess, certain computer languages. SaltyPugLord says is able to read binaries. I have no idea what that really means. So we have that's a must if you want to edit your Mechwarrior 5 save file. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sponsored by HXD, neither is SaltyPugLord. We're just using it just because it's like probably the most simple, easiest to use, whatever, I don't know. So the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and on the little thing that we have here on the search bar next to the window icon, we're going to bring our command prompt. So go ahead and type in cmd, enter, and you're going to get this MS-DOS looking thing if you guys are old enough to remember that. Again, the user that I'm under is SUNGK, and yours is going to be different here. So the first thing that we need to do is access our folder, right? So what we're going to do is type in cd space the %, which is shift 5, and app or 2 P's, app data, DATA, in another %, shift 5. Now I don't know if it matters if it's case sensitive. SaltyPugLord did it in all caps, so that's what I'm going to do too. So again, that's cd space %app data and press enter. And then you're going to get your username here /appdata/roaming. And then after that, what we're going to do is type in cd space ... Remember, cd space ... Go ahead and press enter, and then you're going to get into your app data. And then after that, what we're going to do again is type in cd space local, LOCAL, right? And then go ahead and press enter, and then you're going to go into your local folder. And then right after that, again, I hope you guys get the idea. We're going to go ahead and type in cd space MW5 mercs. Again, I don't know if it's case sensitive, so I went ahead and capitalized MW, the number 5, and then capital M, and then the word mercs. And click enter, and now we are in our Mechwarrior 5 mercs folder. And this is the folder, if you remember from earlier, where we went ahead and copied our save file. So then after we're here, again, cd space save. Saved with a D, yeah. And then enter. We're in our saved file, and this is where it's going to get really interesting. Then go ahead and type in dir like so, press enter, and then you should get something very similar to this. A bunch of numbers. You don't really need to know what all the stuff is, but just bear with me, right? So I made a mistake earlier. I accidentally put a D in saved games. It's save games, not saved games. So go ahead, I'm going to redo that and type in cd save games like so, and press enter. Because if you, again, I mistyped that. That's why I got this error message. The system cannot find the path specified. So if you don't have that, that's fine. That's because I made a mistake by typing in the D. Go ahead and type in cd space save games without a D, and then you're going to get into this right over here. And then when you do that, you're going to go ahead and type in dir again and press enter. And again, you're going to get more stuff here, as you can see. All right, so we're finally here to the nitty gritty, right? And so remember when I told you about saving your timestamp of when you saved your game? So you're gonna see these super long letters, right? These are basically the ID number given to your save folder, and they're randomly generated, and they're gonna be different from everybody. If you have the exact same identification number from my save file that you see here on yours, I'd be shocked. I would go and just try for the lottery because the chances of that happening is. But anyways, so you actually might have less numbers. You actually might have more numbers depending on how many saves you have in your profile. But as you can see here to the left, we actually have the timestamps. And if you recall, I saved my game at 3:40 p.m. And right here, you can see right here, 2:27, which is today, at 3:40 p.m. So this is the save file 19AE4BB and going so on. That is the save file for my particular file that I showed you that I saved on, right? So that's the file that I want. Again, yours is going to be different, and and go ahead and look for your the ID of your save file as such. So because I know that, what I'm going to do is go ahead and type in CD again space. Since my ID begins with 1, I'm going to type in 1 and then tab, and then the computer will automatically fill out the rest for me. You don't actually have to write each individual character and number. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Again, that's CD, whichever number or letter your file starts with, and then tab, and it'll automatically fill it out, and go ahead and press enter. And then go ahead and type in dir again, and then press enter, and you're going to get even more save files. All right, so now where do we go on from here? So we have a bunch of numbers again. You don't know what to do with these, and that's why we need to get into Notepad. Notepad should be another text viewing software that should be automatically be in your Windows operating system. If you're using a Mac, I'm not exactly sure what you use. I do apologize. This is specifically for Windows users. So what we're going to do is go ahead and type in Notepad. NOTEPAD space, and then you're going to notice that you have a file here called campaign.json, JSON, right? So again, Notepad space, and we're going to type that out, CA, and then tab, and then the computer will automatically go ahead and fill that up for you, and press enter. And then your Notepad should come up like so. So yeah, I'll put this here more to the side. Like so. Again, if you've missed that, it's Notepad space campaign.json. So then when you actually have this file up, what you're going to do is look here, last save file name. Mine says 25DCB and so on and so forth. Yours is going to be different, but this is the file that we are looking for. This is because this is the very last save file that we've made, right? Although it could be an autosave feature too. But in any event, regardless of whether it's an autosave file or it's the actual file that we saved, that's the file that we need to edit. And as you can see, if we go back to our command prompt, like so, we can see that this save file, 25DCB, is right here. Right here, see that? And again, our timestamp, I saved mine at exactly 3:40 p.m. And right over here, you see 25DCB. So yeah, that is the file that we will be editing. So we're gonna go ahead and select this 25D all the way up to 8. Again, yours is gonna be different. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. So now this is where you actually have to use HXD. So we could go ahead and exit that out over here, like so. Go ahead and I'm going to type in HXD, enter, and this is the software that we just installed, right? So again, yours should look similar to this. And so we're going to try to look for that file name in our directory. So go ahead and go to File, click on Open, right? So I'm already here, but let me show you how to get here. This is one of the parts that a lot of people got confused with. So again, you're going to go back to over here on the right, go back to your local C disk. Basically, we're going to repeat the steps earlier when we did our save file copy, right? So again, local C right here, go ahead and double click on users. Again, I'm going to click on my profile, which is SUNGK, double click on that. And then we're going to click on app data over here. Again, app data, double click on that, click on local, and then go ahead, click on it, press M for MW5 Mercs right over here. Double click on that, double click on saved, right? And then double click on save games. And then you will have something that looks similar to this. It's not going to look exactly like this. You actually might have more folders because I think there are more profiles, if I'm not mistaken, or anything like that. So what we're going to do is look for that particular save file. But see, if I double click on the very bottom one, it only has one save file, and that's not the one that we're looking for because our began with the number 25, right? So I'm going to exit out of that. Again, that's not it either. And so it has to be in my third folder. And as you can see here, right here, this is our, or at least this is my save file that I need to edit because it begins with a 25 DCB, as I stated before. Again, yours is going to be different. Yours might be, you know, a 2F67, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and look for the one that is particularly, that particularly belongs to you. But again, if you have like a bunch of, like say like you have 20 for some reason, I don't know why you would, but it's possible. You could go ahead and use the search thing here. I'm going to go ahead and paste the, see, and it already found it. So you could go ahead and use the search feature here on the right hand side, paste the file identification number, and it will search for you right there. So we'll go ahead and open up that like so, and you're going to get to a screen with a bunch of numbers and a bunch of letters. I promise you this is easy. I know it looks a little daunting, but don't worry. All right, so now that we're here, what we're looking for is the term available CBills. And this is a term that actually appears multiple times within this file, but we're looking for a really specific one. So go ahead and type in Control F to find. You're gonna get this find button here, or window here, excuse me. So mine already popped up like that because I've done this before, but if you haven't, go ahead and just, you know, type it in available CBills, like so. Again, I don't know if it's case sensitive. I'm assuming it is because that's what SaltyPugLord did. So available, capital A, C, capital C with a capital B in bills. And then go ahead and type in OK. So it's going to highlight where it says available CBills. As you could see, the first result that we have is available CBills changed. That's not the one that we want. So then what you want to do is go ahead on your keyboard, press F3, the F3 key, and it's going to go ahead and highlight the next available CBills. Now, this is the one that we actually want. If you look at the screen, I'll go ahead and zoom in for you. Before available CBills, you're going to have inventory change, and then after that, you're going to have struct property 6. I think. And of course, if your available CBill doesn't look exactly like mine, on SaltyPugLord's screen, the word available CBill ended in A, I believe, and then it started off with the second line here starting with the I. So it doesn't matter where or how your available the word looks in terms of taking up the two lines that you see there, as so long as you're here with me where it's before, or I mean, I'm sorry, it's after inventory change and before struct property 6. This is the place where you want to be, of course, with the dots too. But anyways. So he says that, again, going into the nitty gritty, what this tells us is that the number that is for the CBills is going to be in a 64-bit integer or something like that. Again, that's way above me. You don't really need to know that. We're just here to get some CBills, right? So moving on. So why is this important? So if you look closely, if you look down, struct property 6, whatever, MW big integer value integer. So there you go. So that's what he says. 64 property, and then right after int 64 property, you're going to come across these weird little symbols. Mine is an I, weird I symbol dot E5 right over here, right? So again, his reasoning that because it's a 64-bit integer, it's going to be 8 digits or something like that. Again, I don't know what any of that means. So what you're going to do, again, going on from the CBills that we looked over here, look down until you get to these weird integers right after int64 property. I'm going to go ahead and click right there, right before the first symbol, right, but after int64 property, right? So I'm going to click right there. And because he says that it's 8 digits, we're going to go ahead and hold shift and the right arrow button on your keyboard 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. And those 8 bytes, he suspects, and I suspect too, because, you know, I'm a pro now, right? Anyways, is going to be the value of your CBills. And if you look over here to the left, it's actually true. Because if you notice, when I wrote down how many CBills I wrote down 902,300,366. And look what it says right here. 902,300,366. So those 8 integers, or I'm sorry, those 8 digits, or whatever you want to call them, is the value of our CBills, as I've written down here and as you've written down on your end as well. So I hope you guys are still following along with me. Again, post your questions down in the comment section below if there's any questions, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. So I'm a little afraid to push this over 1 billion because of the way, I don't know, about the whole 8-bit, you know, integer thing. Anyways, so I'm not going to push it for the purposes of this video. I'm just going to go ahead and give myself just under 1 billion because I know it will work. So instead of having 902 million, I'm going to give myself 999,999,999 CBills, like so. If you want to go ahead and do the same, you're more than welcome to, but if that's too much, you could type in, you know, maybe you just want 1 million, so 10000, like so. It's like, you know, however, whatever the amount that you feel the most comfortable with, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to go ahead, for the purposes of this video, to show you that it actually works. I'm going to go ahead and type in 999,999,999, like so. What I did was, after I typed in that that number, I went ahead and just clicked on this ULNT64 again, like so. So it will change the integers like so, and it will right here, all in red. So those are the integers that we changed for our CBills, right? So go ahead and go over to File, go ahead and click on Save. And then the red will be gone. Your save file, the modification that you did should be there, right? So let's go ahead and see if this worked. All right, here we are. I'm going to press Tab, and there we go. Over here, total funds 999,999,999. Just right under 1 billion. So again, if you want to go ahead and try and go for even 1 trillion CBills, I guess you could try. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. It probably will. Again, I really don't know too much about the software jargon in terms of how many integers you could actually input and modify with. But if you do, let me know if it works. But I think 1 billion CBills, I think that's way more than enough for me, especially when you're first starting off. So there you have it, guys. That is how you mod your save files to get nearly 1 billion CBills. Again, if I try to really hold your guys' hand and just follow through everything, I'm really hoping I didn't miss anything. I really hope this is something that you guys were able to follow. I know it was a little bit slow, but that was kind of the intended purposes of this video, to be really slow and thorough, so that you guys don't miss anything. But yeah, if you guys haven't done so, please consider leaving a like and a subscription. It does help with the algorithms. I am up to 42 subscribers. I'm very proud of that, considering I just started this YouTube channel and I'm having a lot of fun making videos for you guys. And if you guys didn't know already, again, the channel name is Whiskey and RPGs, and I cover a lot of news regarding the MMO and RPG genre as a whole. I cover other games too here and there, like Mechwarrior 5, but that's because I have a personal interest in it. And so if that's something that you are interested in as well, I'd love to hang out with you guys. And, you know, I always have a drink ready at hand while I cover the news together. So anyways, I'm blabbing on. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and let me know if this video helped. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Cheers again.